Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another chat about video games with Exile My Pie.
Hello!
Yeah, we're doing it again. This is 32.
Hey, regular series.
We're getting to the numbers now. We're getting up there. We're getting up there.
I know, over half a year.
I know, still no viewers, but we're getting there.
Regular content, that's what YouTube wants. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or shit.
No, not anymore. They don't even care about that. You just have to be famous.
Yeah, well, yeah, that helps.
That's what they want. Anyway, enough about YouTube. So we had the Ubisoft Forward, and we've had a little news on the Xbox.
Yeah.
We've also got this Wednesday is the PlayStation.
No. Is it PlayStation Now or the
State of Play?
State of Play.
State of Play, which is apparently going to be the reveal for the release date and the price for the PS5.
Yeah, because Microsoft blinked.
Because no, Microsoft didn't blink. It was leaked. They didn't have a choice.
So they had to confirm it.
They had to pretty much confirm or deny it.
And to be perfectly honest, this is the thing, right? We are in the middle of goddamn September.
I know, and it comes out in like 2 months.
Yeah, it's like, for fuck's sake, could you have not have given us time to friggin' save up for the fucking thing?
So we'll talk about Xbox first. The Xbox Series X looks like it's going to be $499, so $500, which is roughly about 430 quid over here.
Yeah, and that's the Series X.
That's the Series X. The Series S is going to be $100 cheaper.
Yeah, which is...
Because it's digital only,
yeah, digital only,
and it doesn't have the backwards compatibility.
Yeah, the backwards compatibility... no, I'm pretty sure it does have the backwards.
No, it doesn't.
Does it not?
Come out and said it doesn't have the backwards. I mean, unless you download the games.
Yeah.
I know it can play like Destiny and stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's still backwards.
But it doesn't
have any physical disc to be able to disc drive.
Because I'm sure I read somewhere that they said that they wasn't going to have backwards compatibility. To which I was like, well,
what's the point of it?
What's the point in having the Game Pass on it then?
Yeah, but, that's what I'm saying. Is like the Game Pass.
Unless they're only on about like your live service games and games that are coming out
on disc.
now.
But the thing is that the vast majority of stuff will be digital. If it's all, the thing is that the vast majority of stuff you can get now, you can get also digitally, which means you should be able to get it. I think it'd be. Like
most of the upgrades I'm
pretty sure that there'll be some sort of backwards compatibility thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft made a whole big deal about the Xbox One being backwards compatible to the vast majority of Xbox 360.
Oh, yeah. I'm not really 100% understanding why that's been said, but it doesn't really matter.
The thing is, another feature is it can't do 4K.
Yes.
To which I go, big whoop.
That's fine. That's not really a big...
You have to, like I said, you have to put a 4K TV next to a friggin' 1080p TV to friggin' tell the difference.
Yeah. And plus it needs to... You need to have what says, for us it would be Sky Q.
Yeah.
You would need Sky Q.
Yeah, it's
like you can't just have a 4K TV.
You can't just have a Blu-ray player. It has to be a 4K possible Blu-ray player, or a 4K possible box, and also the 4K TV.
Yeah,
and so it's
you can't just have a 4K TV and everything comes through as 4K.
4K for PC makes sense because you're not that far away from the screen.
I understand it for the consoles, though. I do understand because 4K TVs are like the new thing.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I personally think that it's one of those where it's like until the price comes down, no one really.
You can get 4K TVs for a decent price now.
Yeah,
they've been out long enough now. You can get decent prices on a. Now, granted, you can't buy those ridiculously huge ones. You know those curved ones.
Yeah,
you can't buy those for cheap. But
I think. The point I'm trying to make is where it's the same with graphical fidelity. We're at a point where we're getting diminishing returns for.
I would agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. I would agree with you on that. But when I went round to my mates who has got 4K and has Sky Q and has his PlayStation Pro, which goes through 4K.
Yeah.
Like, the detail you can see, and this is me, with my awful eyesight, like, the detail I could see on that screen was ridiculous. I'm not joking. 4K is so much better. The problem with 4K is because, like I said, it's not just a TV.
Yeah.
You can't just get a 4K TV and
well,
then
it's the
have
same when it jumped from
analog to
HD.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's
it's the same thing, but like there is a difference. Like, you can tell the difference because we watched 10 Year the Evil, and the animation was just fantastic. Like, everything just popped. It was beautiful.
Oh, I might have to get a 4K TV and try and get.
In 4K, it is right. 4K TVs are worth it if you've already got the stuff that can go through.
Yeah.
That can do the 4K, but it's like kind of like an oxymoron because, like, there's no point in getting a 4K TV if you don't have the stuff.
But there's no point in getting the stuff
if you don't have a 4K TV. Yeah. You know, so
it's you have to get all in.
Whereas I'm saying, like, you can get 4K TVs for quite cheap. I mean, our dad just bought one.
Yeah,
for like £400.
Yes.
And a decent size.
Right, okay, I know you say it's just £400, but that's still a lot of money for some people.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, if you compare it to TVs, like, I'm talking for a £400 for a brand new 4K TV. That's what I'm talking about. That is cheap compared to what you would pay. I'm not on about
2-3 years ago when 4K was brand new.
I'm not on. I know it's still £400. Like, £400 for me is a lot of money. That's like half a month's wage for me. Right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It's almost half a month's wage for me.
So
but yeah, I get the point you're making. I think.
Because believe me, like, I know you're saying, like, we're getting diminishing returns in graphics and all that sort of stuff, and I agree. But, like, have you actually watched anything in 4K?
Yes, I have.
Right. You can tell the difference, like, massively tell the difference.
I know, but
I'm defending 4K now.
Yes,
that's how this chat has gone. We were originally going to be talking about the Xbox, and we've just instantly gone.
No, right.
We're
well, you know, we go on tangents anyway, so it's all par for the course.
That's how this is.
It's all par for the course for us. But the point is like, me personally, 4K is nice, but I'm happy with
HD.
1080p.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm okay at the moment.
I'm okay where I am.
Eventually, it'll get to a point where it's like, I'll get a 4K.
I do. If I'm honest, I do feel like I might have to get one for the PS5.
Yeah,
that's how it is feeling.
That is my worry.
I
think.
Also, actually, for the Xbox Series X, I'm feeling the same for that.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's one of the big differences between the Series S and the Series X. The Series S doesn't come.
Yeah, it doesn't come with 4K.
And it's going to be the big test of, like, how much 4K actually people give a shit about, especially console-wise. Because there's a formula of, like, how close to the monitor you are will depend on and the size of the monitor will depend on how easily you can tell the difference between. And this is the thing, like, the giant ass massive TV screens, yeah, you can tell the difference. But for like a 32-inch,
for that one,
yeah, for the 32-inch, you probably won't tell you probably wouldn't tell the difference.
My TV is very tiny compared to other people's TVs.
Well, yeah, it is, but this room is not exactly the biggest.
That's right. It's a box room. I'm pretty sure it was a storage room at one point. It feels like it has that storage room feel.
Yeah,
this is where they just put everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Anywho, yeah, I mean, at least here's the good thing, right? Now that it's out, the people who want the next console for Microsoft can now
they've got a price.
They've got a price. They've got a time frame, and they can work out what they need to do to be able to afford it.
Yeah, which is good.
Which is good.
It's good. It's just a shame there's.
I would have liked them to have another another 2 months. I would have liked that. I would have really liked that because
it's just a genuine shame that there's nothing to buy for the
yeah,
Xbox.
Microsoft's launch lineup.
So I was talking at work,
weird.
and he was like, "Oh well, there's Destiny," and I just laughed at him. Like, you're not buying an Xbox Series X for Destiny. No, I'm sorry. It's just no. You're not. Nobody's doing that. People will be buying it on release for two reasons. One, for because they're the Xbox fans.
Yeah.
Right. They will definitely buy it.
Totally entitled to do so.
And then there's those people. Oh yeah, everyone's entitled to do so. And then there's the ones who like know Halo's coming.
Yeah.
So they're gonna
no. What
one.
I mean is, I understand the whole thing of like, there's nothing out in this console, but I'm getting it anyway.
Yeah.
You're totally. It's your money. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
You know. But on the other good thing is, like, Sony are going to do the. I have a feeling Sony are going to do, and I could be wrong here, but Sony have a habit of literally just going, you priced it that much, we will undercut you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the prime example is when they.
The Sega. When Sega were like, it's going to cost this much. And
I think it was either Sega or Atari. For the launch of the PlayStation, when they said, "Oh well, it can't be this much."
No, it was Sega.
You can't make it for. I can't remember the actual price.
Yeah.
You can't make it for more than this. You know. You can't do it. It's impossible. And then they just walked. The entire conference was just the head guy coming up.
Yeah,
and going,
and this is how much it is, and then walked off.
They walked off. Mic drop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm expecting.
He's still in charge of Sony and Izumi now.
Yeah.
He's still there. It's like, Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
I mean, to be fair, nothing will ever be the last reveals for like, this is how you trade games on the PlayStation. Thank you.
Yeah. After Microsoft's DRM fiasco,
that nothing will ever beat that for me. It's the funniest thing, like, because the Xbox came out with that, and they were like, yeah, it's a pretty good conference. Everyone's like, that sucked. Yeah. And then Sony just comes out and just like, this is what you can do in ours, and this is what you can do in ours, and this is what you can do in ours. Oh, and this is how you trade games in the PlayStation.
There's no DRM. You know that was added in afterwards. You know that was added in as soon as... But this is the thing Sony pulls. Sony pulls this all the time.
Yeah.
They wait until after everyone else is gone, and then basically makes themselves do what makes them look better. As
much as I don't like how Sony conduct themselves sometimes, I absolutely love their marketing. Yeah. The cross-play shenanigans that came about. As much as I don't like how they conduct themselves sometimes, I absolutely love their marketing division. I love them so much.
They're just trolls
because they troll everyone.
They troll the other fucking consoles. Yeah. They just constantly troll them. They're just like,
So this is what they're doing.
How can we make them look like idiots?
It's just
how can we make ourselves look better? Let's do that.
They've definitely learned from the PS3. The PS3. I think we can all agree on that. But anyway, back to the Xbox. This is good. We've got a... Hold on. When was the date? I'm sure they said a date.
November. I know
it's November.
November... I want to say 20th, but I think I'm wrong.
November 10th.
10 days off. I got the 0.
November 10th. The pre-orders will open on September 22nd. So, if you want a PS5, to which actually they've come out and said that America's getting first dibs.
Fuck off.
If I remember correctly, for the PS5.
Because of course, the European market always gets shafted by the console.
Yeah, it's not just
and manga and anime. it's just literally like, oh yeah, this is worldwide entertainment stuff. Europe, you get the dregs. You get it last.
Yeah. Now I'm not defending. I am not defending because I am in that boat of just like, hey, stop giving everything to them. All right, I'm in that boat, but just because it's just the way I work, because of the work that I do, I can kind of get why they're doing it.
Also, if there's any problems with the actual consoles, we'll know before they come out.
Exactly.
Come out over here
before we go on, so it's fine.
It's great.
The Americans could have another problem. The other thing is
the Americans and the Japanese
the way things are in America at the moment, there's a chance that they might not even be allowed to go and get a PS5.
That is very true. I never thought I'd see the beginnings of a zombie apocalypse.
But
I'm beginning to wonder, if that's actually an improvement on the current situation.
I'm telling you, man. Resident Evil 3 came out at the exact perfect point. You couldn't get a better advertisement.
Oh God, yeah. To the point where we even thought, is that actual real footage? Because we couldn't remember what was on the original Resident Evil 3.
I don't know.
So it was like, are we being like, is this Inception? is there some shit going on here that we don't realise? Anyway.
So November 10th.
November 10th.
November 10th.
So that is...
430 quid.
So which is literally...
roughly about the same price as the Xbox when that came out.
I want to say nearly just under 4 months. No, just under 4 months.
For what?
The Xbox.
Is it 4 months?
Yeah.
In September?
September, October, November. Oh no.
It's 2 months.
2 months. Just under 2 months.
If you don't count this month...
Yeah.
Because what's the date today?
14th.
Yeah, it's under 2 months.
September to October. Yeah, between 2 and 3 months.
No, it's under 2 months.
Yeah, just under 2 months. Yeah. I'm getting my dates wrong.
Because it's November 10th when it comes out.
This whole thing is just like...
November 10th comes out. It's the 14th now, so it's under 2 months.
Yeah. For some reason I was thinking wrong. I was doing maths completely
I can see
wrong.
Sony doing something here, like, we're going to come out the week before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe not in America, but over here. It'll fucking happen. Comes out in the UK, you will get it December 20th.
Yeah.
And to which everyone in the UK will just simply go, you son of a bitch.
That's fine. I'm already planning to have the week before Christmas off anyway.
See, work. I'm not allowed.
I know
I'm
you're
not allowed any days off in December.
I know you're not, because your employers are bloody Ebenezer Scrooge.
They are indeed. We don't even get a fire.
Nope.
They don't even get coal for the fire.
Nope.
That's a Muppets Christmas Carol reference right there. Anyway, we'll move on now.
But yeah, it's good news. We finally
got a date for one of them.
Dates for one of them, which means the other will come out.
Yeah, will come out on Wednesday, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
So anyway, the big talking point, and first off, before we start talking about this, Ubisoft, get your shit together, please.
Yves Guillemot needs to resign,
and
I'm going to keep saying that at every opportunity until he does.
Start kicking out all the
arseholes, jackasses,
all the abusers,
arsehole.
Kick out all the abusers and all the people that knew about it. Please.
Yeah,
there we go. Right, that's our little oi Ubisoft, get your act together shit.
And we'll continue to do these oi Ubisoft every time there's a Ubisoft news because.
Yes.
Because no shit needs to be dealt with, and we're done.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to
the Ubisoft forward. Let's talk about the things that we saw.
First off, they showed off. First thing I want to point out is a little bit also to do with what was going on. It's like part of me, the cynical, pessimistic part of me, looked at the people that were hosting that show and went, "Yeah, you're only there because of what's happening."
Yeah, most likely.
I know it's not against those people particularly.
It's PR 101 though.
Yes, exactly. I'm just making the point that in the back of my head,
the way things are right now is the PR 101 is when it comes to this stuff is get as many diverse people as you can and shove them in front of a camera.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
Anyway, they started off quite strong actually. Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Okay.
Which is basically looking like an...
it's Assassin's Creed God of War. That's what it is.
With a Breath of the Wild paint job.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yes.
No. No.
Yeah, the thing is that they basically did the whole trouble. It's an open world, blah, blah, blah. But they showed us a little bit of gameplay. The thing is, they didn't show us... Ubisoft are good at showing us stuff, but never the actual gameplay loop.
Yeah.
Never the actual, meat and bones of what we're going to be doing the vast majority of the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'll basically, for example, Ghost of Tsushima, the reveal, the gameplay, the last trailer they did with the gameplay trailer, showed the gameplay loop. Of this is what you do if you're doing Samurai, this is what you're doing if you're doing Ghost. And Valhalla went, well, here's one of our set pieces.
Yeah.
Here's one of our set pieces.
Look how you can ram a door with a giant army and a ram. Because that's what assassins do all the time.
Oh yeah, clearly in person.
In person, yeah.
Front of the army.
You see with an army, yeah.
In very distinct, loud, outlandish. Like, look at me. Armor.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, there was still cool ass Viking armor, but it was still like, look at me, I'm important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every assassin in the world looks at it and goes, "Yep, that's what I do."
Yeah, that's definitely.
I go into a very highly guarded place where my target is in a bright pink suit.
I mean, I would personally. I would.
Yes, I know, but
if I could do that on Hitman, I would so totally do that.
Yeah, I know, but the point is like, no, that's not what they do. That's not what an assassin does.
No, that's very true.
If you wanted, to be perfectly honest, if you want to know what an assassin in Viking times do, read bloody Vinland Saga.
God, that's so good.
Because that's basically what Thorfinn does. He
just runs in.
He just runs in and assassinates the fucking commander, and then gets the fuck out.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was the example I'm trying to point out before we got sidetracked. Is like. We saw, and it does still look like early beta.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that. This is going to be the 100% final product.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the look of it at all. I felt like everything that was in there has been done before.
Yeah.
Like everything's been done before.
There's nothing original in this. I can honestly guarantee you there is nothing original. The color scheme, the aesthetic, the styling, it's clearly being done by Breath of the Wild. The setting is pretty much
God of War.
God of War,
and it's just been done with an Assassin's Creed sort of style.
Yeah, and it's like
I'm sure it'll be big. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it'll be a big game, but it's just not
at the moment. Like I say. Was probably their strongest. Their strongest thing.
I do want to say this, right? When they revealed this, when this was God and Monsters,
yeah,
I said when we were talking about that thing, it's going to be Assassin's Creed with Breath of the Wild graphics. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, you did.
That I said that.
Yeah, you did.
And they've just revealed Assassin's Creed
Breath of the Wild
with Breath of the Wild graphics.
You get to go. I called that shit.
It's just like it's getting really bad that like you can just read what's coming. When it's just a reveal trailer.
Especially with Ubisoft, you can tell what their end product is going to be before it even gets out of pre-alpha.
They're as bad as EA now.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to games, the only difference is that they just make open world games.
Yeah.
And EA just seem to make sports games.
The thing is that
games.
the big issue with this, the thing that's going to be hanging over its head is the monetization that Ubisoft has put into their other open world. Their time savers.
The XP boosters.
Like you're gonna have a game that looks like Breath of the Wild. It's probably gonna have some mechanics from Breath of the Wild. And the last time I checked, that doesn't have time savers.
No. When even you could say Ghost of Tsushima does the same thing as Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have time savers.
No.
And open world games should not have time savers because open world games you want your player to get lost in the world.
Except Ubisoft don't want their player to get lost in the world. What they want is their player to get bored. It's why their mission structure is so fucking shit. And it is. I don't care what anyone says. It is.
Please get bored. That's all they want is to get bored.
They want people to get the grind. And here's the thing. It's like they basically are putting grind into as much stuff as they want now, the AAA game industry. They're trying to put grind into it because they know...
No. Right, not only are they putting grind into it, they're making you pay to grind. That's the worst thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
I'm fine with grind. I'm good with grind.
Yeah, but
let's use Marvel. Marvel's Avengers as prime example, right?
Oh God, yes.
The grind is basically the battle pass.
Yeah.
Right? You have to pay for that.
Yeah.
And it's not even a good grind.
No, because you can't just get XP. You have to do the challenges.
Yeah.
Do you know the thing is, right? That is a similar mechanic of like battle pass level grinding in World of Warships on the PlayStation, where you don't get just playing the game. You don't get like ranks in the level.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: World of Warships on the console is free to play.
Yeah.
You also. It's the same sort of battle pass that Fortnite has, which means that if you don't pay for the like super uber premium battle pass, if you for the World of Warship, it's like if you don't buy premium, if you don't buy a premium month account sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because World of Warship and World of Tanks has a weird way of doing things sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you still get stuff if you don't have.
Yeah. It's got like two...
It's got two tiers.
Two tiers. You've got the one that's free.
Yeah.
Which I think it's every 5 levels you get something.
Yeah.
And you just earn XP by playing the game.
Yeah.
And every 5 levels you get something.
But with World of Warships, it's not. You have to complete challenges to get tokens, which then go towards.
Yeah.
But it's a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
It's like... It's a free-to-play game, and you... The challenges are actually, like... not that bad. It's like I very rarely play World of Warships on console, but every now and then I'll have a bash, and after 2-3 battles I'll have gone up 2-3 levels.
Yeah,
because that's how easy it is to get those marks. I've looked at some of the challenges and gone, so in other words, right, I have to have a team with me, but the team can't be too good, but also can't be completely shit.
Yeah.
I've looked at some of the challenges, like Kamala's. I hate this. Also, like they go on. No. The biggest problem is that it does not encourage you to play the way you want to play. It forces you to play a certain way.
Yeah. I think I've got one for Hulk, which is like you've got to use the Gamma Crusher, right?
Yeah. The
Gamma Crusher is a move that you get at the end. Once you've maxed him out.
Oh my god.
Like your game's only been out like a week. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, the thing is battle passes are mainly for those that play that one game. We literally
Oh yeah, I know, but there's grind and then there's that's just a joke.
That's bullshit. That is complete and utter bullshit.
It's a good thing you can randomly pick up bloody patterns.
Yeah, going back to Ubisoft, I'm kind of concerned. That's the big concern I have for this game, Phoenix Rising. Because there's some other things that they've put in, that they've showed off, that look actually quite interesting.
The flying looks cool.
The fact that you can create your own character. Basically, you get to make Phoenix in whatever image you want, which is cool. If you wanted pink-skinned, bright orange and green haired Phoenix, do it. I love that. That's great. I love those options, because why not? Because why not let people just do whatever the fuck they want? It's they've bought that game. They should be able to do it. But I'm worried that it's going to be the same as all the other open world Ubisoft games, where the leveling is going to be so bullshitty. Like, the only way you get through some of the later Assassin's Creed games if you do all the side missions. If you do all the side missions, then you'll be at the right level for the next story mission.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, as a person that will go and do all the side missions before doing anything else, doesn't affect me. However, it's still a douchebaggery thing to do, because you know the reason you do it is so that the people who don't have the time to be able to do all the side missions, because, you know, they may have a job, they may have a family, they may have things that need to do, and it's designed solely so that those people get frustrated at being underleveled so much that they pay for these time savers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to burn Ubisoft to the ground for introducing this. The concept of time savers. Concept. It's like single player games. Single player games should not have monetization in it.
No.
Really shouldn't. Not the way that fucking Ubisoft and them monetize it. It's horrible.
No. Anyway, enough about Phoenix Rising.
But yeah, it looks. It's one of those where I'm like on two fences.
I'm clearly on the side of no.
Yeah, you're not interested.
Just straight up no.
But you look at it and go, yeah, this is an assassin. This is a new.
It's not just that. It's not that. It's just I'm done with Ubisoft.
Ubisoft's open world
formula thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that would have interested me in this, and they didn't show anything, was the Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Which again is absent, and it's starting to get noticeable. Absent. I'm like, it's going up to 3 years since we last saw anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Also in regards to Phoenix, only Stadia gets the demo.
I mean, why?
It's almost as if like they're worried that people are going to be. And the release date is December 3rd. It's almost as if though they were worried that the game's going to be buggy as hell, and if they release it on Stadia, people can go, well, it's Stadia's fault. After that was Prince of Persia. The remaking the Sands of Time.
Right, I'm on two fences about this because I'm quite glad that they're remaking it.
Yeah,
but I don't like the art style.
There's not
I preferred the cartoony look in the original Sands of Time.
You're gonna remember though is that for a PS2 that was pretty realistic.
Yeah, I know, but like I liked that look.
I know.
This just kind of makes it look like, you know, the one that they did for the PS3. Was it PS3?
Yeah,
the really bad one. The
Prince
really bad reboot.
The reboot one, which was a more I wouldn't say cartoon, but more comic, like a cel shaded style.
Yeah, it looks more like that, and I don't like it. I just don't. I liked the art style for the like when they were doing the comparisons between the original and I was literally like, oh, that one looks good. Oh, that's the PS2 one.
Yeah, they've decided to go for more
realistic
look, but also it's like for more realistic look, it doesn't look like a PS4/Xbox Series X.
It was alpha
game, but it is alpha, so it probably can be touched up on that.
Yeah. I do hope they change the art style. I did not like that art style. It looked,
and that's due to come out in January 21st.
Yeah, everybody looked like they had flat faces.
Yeah, I think they're not finished on the build yet. Yeah. So it could be like they've done full motion tracking.
Yeah.
And not only like motion but facial tracking as well. So it could be something to do with that, with the software. It's something that probably it's going to look better by the time it comes to launch, maybe.
Probably.
But yeah, Prince of Persia. A lot of people.
We do have a point of content.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to show us what India really is. Persia's not in India.
Yeah, last time I checked, Persia was
like the Middle East.
Middle East, Iraq, Iran area, sort of.
Yeah.
Thing. But it's
that's fine.
I'm going to assume they mean like this is what Indian developers can do game wise.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
Because last time I checked, while there is some overlap culture wise, there's a lot of differences between Persian and especially in that time. Would it be Maharaja? Indian Sikh Polish? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little.
But anyway, Prince of Persia coming back. I don't.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, and it's one of those games that it's like Final Fantasy X when they announced the remake, the HD / super duper fancy one. And 12. It's been 2 generations, so there is going to be a
big difference.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's like putting
people who love the Prince of Persia Sands of Time. I'm pretty sure
it's like putting Crash Bandicoot the original with the remaster.
Yeah. After that, they went on to Hyperscape, their battle royale.
No, nobody cares about that game.
Yeah, apparently the numbers are struggling. But they did introduce there was going to be a new mode, turbo mode where like everything's sped up.
Nobody cares about that game.
Map closes quicker.
Yeah, nobody cares about that game.
Move on. Rainbow Six. Right, so two things.
Right, before we go any further, right, Hyperscape, it's a good idea. They've just brought it in too late. Battle Royales are not really the thing anymore.
Yeah.
They're not the big things now. The Fortnite, Call of Duty, and at a push, Battlefield have pretty much...
No. PUBG, Fortnite,
that's the one.
PUBG, Fortnite, COD, and for those who don't want guns, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys, yeah. That's pretty much your battle royale.
That's it. That's your big one.
Everybody else is going to be...
let's all be honest, Fall Guys wins or beats the crap out of all three.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like anybody else who brings out a battle royale now, they're not going to reach those heights.
I think we were saying this when Hyperscape launched.
Yeah.
That
it's just come out too late.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, and it's a decent...
It has, the thing is though, it has enough unique stuff about it.
Yeah.
That if Ubisoft do what they did with Rainbow Six, it may be able to hold on. It may have a lifestyle.
I don't think so.
It's whether or not they want to put that much effort into it again.
The thing with Rainbow Six is like, because Rainbow Six is a hero shooter at the end of the day. It is.
Yeah.
And really, it's only really got Overwatch to compete against. Maybe Paladins.
Yeah, because
hero shooters didn't really take off as much. I think Overwatch
The thing is, Overwatch pretty much killed...
Blizzard pretty much killed all the...
competition competition when it came out.
Yeah. So Rainbow Six didn't really have a lot of competition.
No.
To be able to survive.
And also, if I can get my drawing here, Overwatch is this. The style is very different to
Rainbow
Six, and also they play completely differently.
Yeah. So and Hyperscape is in that bucket with a lot of other. There's still loads of battle royale games being made. I mean, there's one that just came out called Spellbreak.
Yeah.
Which actually looks pretty decent, but I think that's in the same boat as Hyperscape. It's just come out.
Yeah, it's trying to make a jump from the jetty onto the ferry, and the ferry left about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so
like I say, there's enough about Hyperscape that separates it from the rest that it's not dead on arrival.
Yeah,
there's a chance that if Ubisoft, it's not going to be on the same level as PUBG and Fortnite.
Yeah,
it's never gonna get to that level. But if they don't want it to get, if they're happy with it not getting to that level and they're willing to put in the effort like they did with Rainbow Six, I can see it having a not huge, but a big enough user base to keep it going.
Yeah,
but it needs the emphasis in it.
They do need that.
Yeah,
that is true.
So, segueing into Rainbow Six. So, the first thing they showed, which is something that I was like... Pardon? Because they started off with a bunch of... At first, I thought, wait, they're having a multi-sports game? Pardon? What?
Oh, yeah, I remember
and then I saw...
they dropped some, like, headphones or something?
Yeah, with Rainbow Six. And I was like, okay, so this is to do with Rainbow Six. It's a whole bunch of sport things. The only thing I can think of is, especially when they're going on like they're all wearing national colours and that. Yeah. It's like Rainbow Six World Cup, and yeah, they're having a Rainbow Six World Cup.
Which
I mean, it's popular. I mean,
it's popular enough.
The fact that Rainbow Six has survived its launch and gotten to the point where it can actually have a World Cup is nothing short of miraculous.
Yeah.
If this had been EA, this would be dead.
If this had been Activision, this would be.
If this had been EA or Activision, they would have took...
No, this wouldn't be Activision, because that would mean they'd made something other than COD.
Yeah, that is very true. But what I'm saying is that they would have took this game out to the back and put it down like old Yeller.
Yeah.
But, again, Rainbow Six is just... It just will not die.
Right.
So they announced that. It can be pretty hype, some matches in Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
It can be really... Like, they are probably the biggest competition, esport-wise, like, style to Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I'd go
in the whole thought that it's 2 formats of teams, there's set objectives, and they have to do it. It's not just
I would go with that. Yeah. I would agree with that.
And there are some intense moments in those matches. So yeah, it's something to look forward to. I think it's next year. And there was part of me that was literally like, so why are you showing us this? Why just give us games? That's what we want. That's why we're watching it. It's for games, not stuff that's already out. And then they announced the next season, which is going to introduce a new character, which we've already discussed. Zero, a.k.a. Sam Fisher. Splinter Cell fans. They
couldn't even give him a good animation.
No.
They couldn't even give him a good animation shot.
It was a cheap animation.
That was so bad. It was so bad to look at. It was like you couldn't even give him something good.
Like, the animation was that cheap. I could look at like premiere for episode 1 Nickelodeon shows. You know, the ones where they literally go, okay, we're going to give you 1 episode, see how it goes.
Rugrats episode 1.
Yes.
Everything's a different colour to when you get to episode 2.
Yes, that is it. That is, like, that sort of, like, it was that sort of, like, budget, I would feel. Splinter Cell fans, I don't understand how you can...
I'd put it on par with the World of Warcraft animation. The only difference is we actually got motion. The same sort of animation, just we actually got
some motion
instead of just still fucking pictures talking. Like, fuck off, Blizzard, get off your fucking high horse.
So Sam Fisher, I still don't understand how the hell they're going to balance him and actually keep him as Sam Fisher, because if he's not Sam Fisher, then if he's balanced, he's not Sam Fisher. If he's Sam Fisher, he's overpowered as fucking hell.
Yeah. I mean, in the animation, he took out an entire squad on his own.
Yeah, on his lonesome. Like Sam Fisher, it should be. What they should do is introduce a new mode, and it's 4-on-1.
Yeah.
It's Sam Fisher versus 4 people.
Yeah. I'll tell you something. I'd be down for that.
Oh, that'd be friggin' amazing.
I'd be down for that.
But one issue is that everyone will want to be Sam Fisher.
That's fine. I'll be alright being on the other team and getting my ass kicked by an overpowered
Sam Fisher.
Sam Fisher.
Because it's Sam fucking Fisher.
Sam Fisher's back. It's nice. Yay!
Now, can you just give him a game?
Just have a Splinter Cell game, please, Ubisoft. Can we just have a Splinter Cell game, Ubisoft? Stop giving me open world games. Please give me a Splinter Cell game.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Splinter Cell fan, but I would love a bloody Splinter Cell game, because then it wouldn't be open world.
I just want a game that's not open world, Ubisoft.
So, from there, we went to something that we did not think was coming.
Oh, was this Scott Pilgrim?
Yes. I had heard... The thing is, though, like, on Twitter, there was rumours starting to progress, because one of the people that was, I think, worked on Scott Pilgrim had been absolutely... Basically, this person had been constantly going about, like, look, guys, just let us... Just release Scott Pilgrim and do something. Just get the license. Don't care what. Just let us play Scott Pilgrim again. And then all of a sudden he went quiet. He basically went, look, I'm in talks with Ubisoft. And went quiet. And so I was like, Scott Pilgrim.
So they must have made up with the writer, because that was the thing.
That was one of the
he fell out with Ubisoft.
Yeah, that was one of the things. It's possible that the fact that
because if I remember correctly,
it could be possible that Dickbag number 1 at Ubisoft that got kicked out, well, was allowed to leave
Yeah.
Because he's an arsehole, and Ubisoft are arseholes for letting him do that instead of kicking him out on the curb like they should have done. But anyway, well, actually no, into a jail cell. But anyway, if one of the people that have left Ubisoft was the reason why the guy fell out,
that's could be.
Maybe, possibly, that's what's allowed it to come back. But anyway, coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Complete Edition.
Oh, I can't wait.
Do you know what?
I'm so getting.
Do you know what that means? My Blast from the Past, the one and only Blast from the Past video of mine, will no longer be a Blast from the Past.
Yeah.
The one that no one's watched.
We need to actually get back into that.
Yeah, I know.
You need to start doing.
I need to start doing them because I enjoy doing that.
Yeah, we should do it more often.
Yes. The problem is at the moment my schedule is rather full.
Yeah, my schedule.
My schedule is rather full because unless I quit my job, which is not happening, there is no space.
Yeah.
There is no space. But yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. 1, the art style is amazing. 2, the game is fun as hell.
The soundtrack's amazing.
3, yeah, the music is
the soundtrack is
point.
Amazing.
Was it Another Winter?
Yeah.
The first track of level 1 is so good. So goddamn good. It's amazing.
Yeah, it just gets you in the mood just to play the game.
Oh, it's such a good.
I love it.
The people who worked on that game nailed every single point.
Yes.
And the fact that they're going to release it and you're gonna get Knives and Wallace as well. So it's like awesome. That's fine. Anyone else? People can be whoever the fuck they want. I'm having Kim.
Oh, you're going to be Kim.
I'm being the drummer because she kicks ass. Also, I like the fact that her backwards kick is just her going, innocently tripping them up.
Yeah,
really. But that's those little animations that they put in was so good. But yeah,
I like Riona, just because she just pulls out
a giant hammer
out of her bag, just things that she pulls out of the bag just to whack people.
Oh,
it's just great.
So yeah, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That is it's been released on the PS4. I think Steam as well.
Yeah.
So PC players will actually finally be able to play it.
Yeah.
All is good in the world. It's not, but this is a good thing. This is only a good thing.
This is a good thing.
From that, they went to Watch Dogs Legion, which they
went more into detail about
basically how the
classes.
Yeah, the different characters, and they each have pros and cons, perks and that help them and stuff that doesn't help them.
Yeah.
For example, a hitman that has hiccups, so you can't really do
stealthy missions
with him, which is fine. If he's John Wick, you don't do stealth missions.
Yeah,
with John
you just
Wick.
go and shoot people.
Yeah, you do John Wick stuff.
Yeah.
There is going to be a John Wick character. I can almost freaking guarantee he will look almost exactly like John Wick. But they definitely went into a little bit more detail between the characters, like their pros and cons and what they're specializes in. And then they went, we've got a season pass. Yay.
Of course they were going to have a season pass.
Of course you're going to have a freaking season pass. And one of the first things you get with the season pass, Aiden Pierce.
Oh yeah, Aiden Pierce.
The protagonist from the first one. And
yes,
I'm like,
he's back.
I'm like kind of...
I don't like him with the beard.
I don't
like him with a beard. I'm just throwing that out there. He looks like a homeless man.
Yeah. I'm still
Unless he's supposed to be a homeless man.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Aiden Pierce is a fucking terrible vigilante. Do you want to know why? Because everyone knows his fucking name. It's like, you don't do that as a vigilante. Vigilanteism 101. Do not ever reveal your name to the public. Because shit happens to people who are not you.
I don't think his name is revealed to the public.
No, it is.
I don't think the public...
No, it is. No. There are news reports that basically go the vigilante known as Aiden Pierce.
Well, that's just dumb.
Yes. it's just like, oh my god, why are you such a fucking... Here's the thing, right? He's gonna go around with just the fucking, like, the scarf up his...
because they have to, because that's his look.
That's his look. It's Aiden Pierce. I mean, I'm kind of tempted, because I played the first one. I like
Aiden Pierce.
Yeah, I don't mind him. He's not the best character made.
No,
but...
No, he's not.
You know, and like I said,
I like the look.
As a vigilante, he was fucking terrible.
I like his look. I think he's got a good, the big long trench coat.
Oh well, yeah, you like everyone with trench coats. Trench coats are like,
because I'm an edgelord. That's just how it is.
Large trench coats.
All edgelords like trench coats. Okay, it's just what it is.
But anyway, Aiden Pierce is one of the and apparently there's going to be story with him.
Yes.
Added with the season pass, and I'm like, oh, of course.
Which means you have to buy the season pass.
You have to buy the season pass. Fuck you, Ubisoft.
God damn it, Ubisoft.
Fuck you. I mean, the thing is like, it will all depend. My opinion on the season pass / DLC will all depend on the diversity of the mission structures that you get for all the characters.
Are you sorry, are you on there? Oh. Are you ready to be disappointed then?
Yes. Yes, I am ready to be vastly disappointed. But like I say, but like I say, it's the same with customization. If you give me a whole bunch of different shit,
yeah,
and that I don't feel as bad paying more money for more different shit.
Yeah,
but if Watch Dogs turns out to be like, the mission structure for getting characters it boils down into like 3 different types of mission, I'll be very annoyed.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be that. It's an open world game.
Yeah, basically, if you want a hitman, you have to do this. If you want a getaway driver, you have to do this. If you want, yeah, it's going to be. That's what it's going to boil down to, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I get to say I told you so. I get to say I called it if it does actually boil down into that.
Well, you don't have to, because it will. I'm telling you now, it will.
It's weird because I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs 2 Legion. I'm looking forward to Watch Dogs Legion, but I'm worried that it's going to be really, really monetized poorly.
It depends. As long as I can get my old age pensioner
hit squad,
I'm fine. I mean, I'm not going to pay for your monetization because I'll have my old age pensioner hit squad. But
yeah, I'm literally going to be like,
if I get to get old Henry down the road who's clearly seen some shit.
Yeah,
if I get to be him, I'm perfectly fine.
He's clearly seen some shit. He's a little bit worse for wear now because of the shit he's seen. Yeah, I already know the way I'm gonna probably play this is like I'm gonna have separate cells, or at least try to work it like an actual like proper resistance.
I was thinking
cell network.
When I was thinking about it, I was thinking, I could do that, or I could just be fucking bonkers. I'm gonna go the bonkers route.
Oh no, there's gonna be some weird stuff with me.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm not going. It's not like it's just the way I'm just gonna have the groups set up. It's like, okay, so this group is this, and this group is this, and like the OAP hit squad is over here. You know, my weird ass.
I'm just gonna run it. I'm just gonna run it like as if the Joker was taking over London. Like just everybody everywhere is just causing absolute mayhem. That's my plan.
Anyway, so yay, season pass. You can't even have the game launched before you start talking about season passes.
Well, no, that's the thing now.
Fuck
season passes are the thing.
Fuck you, AAA game industry. Could you not just release a game first? Could you not just do that? You're not your primary purpose. Is to release a game. That's your primary purpose, not microtransactions. Because it's one of these like, we're gonna have a whole bunch of chickens, but the eggs aren't hatched. That's okay. We're gonna have a whole bunch of chickens. Are you sure? Yes, we're gonna have a whole bunch of chickens. You know they've just hatched. Yes, and a whole bunch of chickens. No, they're not chickens.
They're chicks.
They're ducks. Well, that's great. No, you don't understand. They're an endangered species, ducks species. So no, we can't make money off them. It is it's the whole thing of like buying a whole bunch of eggs and then waiting for them to hatch and then none of them hatch.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that was the last thing was the Riders Republic, which is seems to be a massive multiplayer extreme sports menagerie of random stuff.
It looks alright.
It's
a good idea.
It's one of those where I go, okay, so yeah, clearly only Ubisoft could come up with an idea of this. And clearly that it has met. Whether Ubisoft are actually going to implement it the correct way is a completely different thing. But the whole basis of it is they've taken the national parks in America
and smushed them all together.
And smash them together to make it, but not just like combine them, but they've done it in a way that makes it look natural.
Yeah.
But each region's like separated. Well, not separated, but each region has their own unique. There's a snow area, there's a desert area, there's a forest area. And the whole basis is like pick a extreme sport, BMX, downhill, snowboarding, skiing,
is that
paragliding? Yeah, there's like jet gliders.
Yeah,
don't know what they're actually. I think they're called jet gliders. But anyway, it's basically just a metal wing with a jet engine slapped to it, and you go and put it on.
There's the wingsuit guys as well.
Yeah. But also I saw one of the other bikes. It wasn't just downhill. It was like proper like BMX and
mountain biking,
and there was even a race bike. I saw one. So
motocross.
No. You know the Tour de France ones. These.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the actual proper racing bikes, which like cost so much because they've like built in. Ridiculous materials and it weighs like 2 grams.
Yeah,
but can take like a 20 mile per hour frontal hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those where
it's one to keep an eye on.
It is to keep an eye on. I'm kind of concerned that it may end up being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Good at everything but master at nothing.
Personally, for me, if it gives me like that SSX free feel for the snowboarding, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do anything else on it because there's nothing
Which
else.
makes me think, do you really want to buy a game just to do one thing in it? One thing out of like the 15 different things you can do. Because another thing they showed was like a massive like downhill race with like hundreds of people.
That's true.
That is chaos.
Yeah, but imagine that doing snowboarding.
That is even more chaos. The thing is, I look at that and go, I want to play SSX now.
Yeah.
Seriously, EA, if you just want to print money, right? SSX 3.
Or just re-release the trilogy.
SSX 3 with the SSX Tricky and 1 tracks. So like an SSX trilogy edition, something like that.
Yeah.
Just give us the 3 mountains and the tracks from, because I would like, even if it was just SSX 3, I'd love it. But then I'd be going, I want to go on Mercury City Meltdown.
Yeah.
I want to go on Garibaldi.
Or Tokyo. What the fuck was it?
Tokyo City Megaplex.
Yeah, the Tokyo City Megaplex.
The actual.
Yeah, it was like a pinball machine.
Yeah, but it was an actual like looped track. You did laps on a snowboarding game. Just think about that, people. Laps
on a downhill
snowboarding game. That's how good Tricky and SSX was. It's just.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But that's my point. It's like I look at that and go, that's the pinnacle. That's the thing that this will be going up against. Like SSX, Tony Hawk, for anything that's not snow based.
Yeah.
And it seems to be like this is from the same people that did Steep.
And Trials.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Trials feel.
Yeah, it's
in that game.
Except it's not 2D.
Yeah, well, the people who were behind Trials are 2 of the ones that got kicked out of Ubisoft. So
yeah, I'm just. It's a good idea. Like I say, it's a good idea. It shows promise. It's probably something to keep an eye on. It's one of those games where I probably am not the one to judge how good it is. But I'm worried that it's gonna turn into one of those jack of all trades, master of none. And it is what another massive open world Ubisoft game. It's like it. They just don't seem to be able to think
of anything
beyond
else.
Of anything else. It's like, oh well, we're gonna have to have it open world. It's like, no. Especially like downhill friggin' like the best things about SSX I remember are on like the tracks. It's not the open world thing. You know, it's hitting a giant jump and the chorus of the track that's playing hits at the same moment, which is so freaking good. SSX 3. There were some moments where that music was just spot on, and they programmed that so well.
Oh yeah.
Like the better you played in SSX 3, the more music was like pumped in. It was great. And then of course, if you land a massive trick, it would just go bam.
Yeah, hit straight into the chorus. As you were going, God, I love that game.
SSX 3 is like one of the greatest extreme sports games ever. Like I say, if EA wanted to print money, if they really wanted to print money, they just give us a trilogy edition.
Yeah.
SSX 1, 2, and 3. All the characters, all the they can get someone else to voice Eddie.
Yeah.
All the characters, all the tracks, and the 3 peak mountains. I would gladly pay again for that, because it's so fun. But we're talking about EA and not Ubisoft, because that was pretty much it. We didn't actually there was a little bit what looked like potentially gameplay, but there wasn't anything that like was definitively gameplay for Riders Republic. So it's going to be interesting. The vibe is very radical dude vibe from the game.
Yeah, it's very surfer bro.
Yeah.
Vibe, which is fine.
It is fine. I'm just, as long as they just don't put too much of it in.
If I'm honest, it looks more like it's going to be, you're going to be talking with other people, not actual just NPCs.
That is very true.
So
yeah, but you know what I mean when it's like the vibe of the game. It's like very surfer bro, and it's like okay.
Yeah, you're not
we'll
really.
see.
The thing is, you're not going to be talking to people.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. Also, one little feature that they mentioned is it seemed to go with like, yeah, you can basically do stuff just as your friends.
Yeah,
which will be cool. I would love doing like trick. Oh, what's the game called? Game mode called? You know in Tony Hawk's where I think it's Tony Hawk's.
Horse.
No, where you would do a trick off a ramp and it would go your colour.
Yeah.
And unless someone beat that score that did that trick on that ramp, they would have to. They would basically have to beat that trick score to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I can't remember what it's called.
I know what you mean now.
But there's that mode. There's that mode in it, and that would be really fun with a bunch of friends, just like going around and trying to like beat each other's scores. Horse, if they wanted to put in, is a good idea as well. But yeah, that'll be interesting. It's one definitely to keep an eye on. There always seems to be with extreme sports like peaks and troughs. Like a whole bunch of people come out with extreme sports games.
Yeah.
Or like, skateboarding, BMX, snowboarding, and then they oversaturate it, kill the fucking stuff,
and then it rises up.
And then it rises up again, because we've just had Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 released. There's a new skate game that seems to be the
Skater XL.
Skater XL, which seems to be very similar to Skate.
Yes.
But even more into the like the simulation side. It's like, because the tricks are not canned.
Yes.
For Skate XL, it is literally like a physics engine. Like you do a kickflip and then you stop it. That's how you do the trick. Not you do the combination, put the buttons in, and it'll do the trick for you. So yeah, but that was it.
That was it. It was very boring.
Yeah, there was a fair few things I was like, why is this here? The Rainbow Six World Cup one was definitely one I went, why is this here?
It's for the esports junkies.
Yeah. But it all made up. You know what made up for all of it? Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim.
Complete edition.
MVP.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't see anything for Beyond Good and Evil. Same with...
I'm getting slightly concerned with the lack of news from Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
I'm getting slightly concerned. Before, like, it was like, okay, fine. It was clearly in very, very early development. But now we're getting, like, into the third year since the announcement, and there's still nothing else.
Oh, actually, it's the third year since not the announcement, the reveal of, like, the world. Because remember, they did that reveal thing.
Oh, yeah, and when they said people could, like,
when they could, like, add their own art, send their own art in, and get that put into the game and that.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned.
So it's actually 4 years since the announcement.
Yes, that is actually very true. I'm starting to get a little worried. Like, this is the sort of timescale that you start getting, should kind of get concerned. If we don't hear anything soon, we start, like, thinking, is this another Duke Nukem?
Probably.
Is this another, what's the other game now? Alien Colonial Marines. Where, like, the development, not in the sense of, like, hype, because the hype for this is so much higher. Is this another Shenmue?
Yeah.
Like, the development has been so long and arduous that it will never live up to the hype.
Probably.
So there's that. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I think that's pretty much it.
That's it. There's not a lot. There wasn't a lot in the forward.
No, it was actually quite short. But then again, if you think about it, like, oh no, there was a bunch of stuff in the pre-show.
Yeah, but that was all stuff that, like, there was, like, a little bit about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But that was more gameplay?
That was gameplay that we'd already pretty much seen. I think they went into a little bit more detail than last time. There was the tower climb thing for the Division 2, which sounded interesting.
Oh, yes. That's the summit.
Summit, which
sounds a 100-floor building.
Yeah,
and
basically it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet, and you have to get from first to last, from the bottom to the top of the floor, and then you get real cool stuff if you manage to get all the way to the top. I mean, I don't mind new ways of getting new loot. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it. There was no... But if you think about it, right, with Ubisoft, what else is there that they actually do, that they actually have? It's not much.
No. Not anymore.
Not anymore. No. It's all sequels and...
Remakes.
I mean, the only original IP they had here was Riders Republic.
And Phoenix.
And Riders Republic clearly has some influences from Steep. And, well, Immortals Phoenix Rising is, as you said, Assassin's Creed Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. With a bit of God of War in there.
Well, God of War setting.
Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah. So
didn't really got anything. But to be fair, the last four wasn't really good.
No.
I think we said that was boring as well. There wasn't much in there.
No, there wasn't. There was the Watch Dogs. Oh, speaking of Watch Dogs, the Stormzy thing, I was like, okay, cool, yay, great.
Yeah, I don't care about Stormzy. I'm not asked.
Why is this here?
This is great. Stormzy is in the game. That's good for him.
I mean, this is the thing. It's like, they do this, and it's like, do you know what would have been cooler? Is if people discovered him in the game.
Especially if they're actually Stormzy fans.
Yeah, can you imagine a Stormzy fan, like, not knowing Stormzy's in the game, and then all of a sudden crumbling across and going,
that's Stormzy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate... It's almost like they have to tell everyone everything. And it's like, no, keep some secrets. Keep them. keep them because when people first find them, the initial reaction is so much better.
Plus, also when you get if your game sucks, you can use those secrets to make your game look a little bit better. Look at Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. The amount of bloody articles about stars doing cameos in that movie,
yes,
is ridiculous.
Yes,
like I don't care that Daniel Craig is a stormtrooper.
Well, that's
that movie's still he's a stormtrooper in Rise of Skywalker as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, there's a large group of like cameo stars that are like stormtroopers in Rise of Skywalker. It doesn't make the movie any better.
Nope. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else.
That is it. I hope you've enjoyed this chat. If you got any thoughts on the Ubisoft Forward, if there's anything that you like the look of, or if anything that you were just sort of like, nah, that looks crap, leave in the comments. Are you with me with a Phoenix Rising and just being like, nah, that just looks like your bog standard Ubisoft bollocks.
Open world, just with a Breath of the Wild paint job.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to anything? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I mean, there's nothing else really.
Do you like the look of Riders Republic? Yeah. Leave a comment down below.
Also, the Xbox Series X
and
Series S.
Are you going to try and get one on release?
Yeah.
Now that we have a
is the S being $100 cheaper but not as powerful? Is that interesting? Anyone? Are they looking going? Nah, I'll just get the extra. I'll pay the extra 100 and get all the ones with the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like I'm with the PlayStation 5. I'm getting the one with the DVD with the Blu-ray. That's what I'm doing. Are we? Does anyone else think like me? Like Sony might undercut Microsoft?
I think everybody thinks.
Is there anyone else? I think everyone's looking forward to Wednesday now, or whenever.
I think most people are looking forward to Wednesday.
When's the next State of Play?
I think it's Wednesday
because that's going to be the reveal, and then it's going to be on the
Is it the 19th?
If it's the 19th, it's next week. Is it? No, it's end of the week. 5 days away. Yeah, Friday.
Friday.
If it's the 19th. Anyway, I think that's it.
Yeah, that is it. I do hope you enjoyed this chat, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.
Toodles.